This is my story about what I think is probably the most confusingly racist Uber ride of all time. I got an Uber pool. I think it was accidentally, in all honesty. I wanted to get a normal Uber. The Uber driver turned up and I was like, oh crap, there's a girl in the Uber already, but it was fine. She was in the back seat. I sat in the front. Uber driver was like Middle Eastern kind of looking dude, and she was like white brunette girl. So I was just singing, having a good time. Uber pool, yeah, we're in an Uber pool, yeah. And everyone's laughing like, yeah. And then the girl's bouncing off. She's like, yeah, we're in an Uber. The Uber driver's like, yeah, I'm driving an Uber. And I'm like, yeah, we're all in an Uber, way. And then picked up this blonde girl. So she came in, sat in the back, right behind me, and was just dead silent. But we just kept singing, and then she was just in the corner like looking outside the window. She's like, no, not having it. Didn't kill the mood though. He drops off the brunette girl, so she's like, yeah, bye. And this blonde girl has still not said a single word. I'm like, who's next, Mr. Uber driver? Then he goes, oh, I'm just gonna let the thing calculate it. Then it turns out to be me, and I'm like, yay. And then silent blonde girl decides to pipe up, and she goes, why him next? And the Uber driver goes, oh, it's just the thing, it calculates it. And she's like, no, it should be me next. And I'm thinking, I was here first, why should it be you next? But I didn't say anything, I just thought it. And then she starts yelling things. Why is it him next? Blah, it should be me. Uber driver's like, calm down. It's not me that decides this, it's the thing. She's like, no, it should be me, blah, whatever. Just like waving her hands about, no, it should be me, pointing at the Uber driver from the back. And he's like, calm down. She's like, no, blah, just roaring, just nonsense. I find it funny because I don't know what she's on. And the Uber driver goes, look, calm down or I'll kick you out of the Uber. And then she doesn't calm down. So then he stops the car and he's like, get out. And she's like, no. Then he goes, get out, you're being rude. She's like, no, I'm not getting out. He goes, if you don't get out, I'll call the police. And the whole time, I'm literally just laughing the whole time. I find it quite hilarious. The Uber driver proceeds to actually call the police. So this is escalating faster than it should. She yells, I don't even know why you're kicking me out of the Uber. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not even racist. My boyfriend's Nigerian. And I'm like, I don't even know where that came from. Who said you're racist? You're just being rude. Gets off the phone to the police. Police tell him drive to the station, just because it was around the corner. So drives round to the station. He gets out, goes into the police station. I see the police officer coming out and he's coming towards the car, and I'm literally like, thank God the door is coming to sort this out, finally save the day. All of a sudden opens the door and he grabs me, and I'm like, what? And then I'm like, I don't even know how to respond because I'm literally so shocked at that point. Uber driver runs out and he's like, no, not him, it's the girl. And the police officer's like, what, the girl? And I'm like, yeah, the girl. And then he goes, oh my God, sorry. And then, no, let me say that again because he didn't say sorry. I want to be very clear. What, the girl? And I'm like, yeah, the girl. Puts me back in, grabs the girl, takes her out. Girl goes out. Calmly, to be fair to her, best thing she did, she didn't resist the rest. The Uber driver comes in and he's like, I'm so sorry. In the same journey, I've had my worst customer and my best customer. And then he decides to cancel my fee. I'll take you home for free for your troubles. And I'm like, that's great. We're driving, he's telling me about his Middle Eastern roots, and I'm telling about my Nigerian roots, and we're just bonding about our cultures. We arrive outside my house, he lets me out, and then just before he leaves, he leans through the window and says, I've been driving an Uber for 2 years, and you're my favorite customer. I have always hated black people, but because of you, I will give them a chance. And he just drives off, and I'm just standing there like, what the fudge did he just say? And my brain couldn't even process it. I wasn't even sure if it was actual racism. I was like, what do I rate him? Is that a 1 star, 5 star? Like, what do you do? I don't know.